I'm using a food processor just to make things a little bit quicker. But if you don't have one of these, then just use a regular grater or chop things up by hand. So we're going to put in that red onion. And that's why I use one of these, so quick. Then we're going to add that carrot. Now those lentils have come to a boil and they've started to soften. What we're going to do is give them a good rinse in cold water and let them cool down. Meanwhile, we'll finish this prep. So I'm just going to chop that garlic as thin as I can. And then we'll cut up this red pepper. So nice thin slices. And then back through again. So we've got nice little pieces. Something like that. We don't want big chunks in this. So that's all that prepared is chopped onion and carrot. Finely chopped red pepper, and the same with his garlic. If you cooked your lentils like we have, it's a good idea to press them after. Get rid of a lot of that moisture. You can see there's quite a lot of water will come out of these. Next I'm just going to pop in those mashed potatoes. Then we'll add that garlic, that chopped pepper, and that onion and carrot. Now we need to give this a good mix. I want to make sure everything's combined. Now we're going to add some seasoning. So we want some salt in there. We also want pepper, so you can either use black pepper or white. And I want to add a bit of white. It's a little bit more flavour that we're going to get from that. I'm going to add a tiny bit of cumin as well. And we'll add some ginger as well. Again, to your own liking. For extra flavour, paprika or chilli powder. It depends how hot you want them. I've also added some mixed herbs. Only about a teaspoon. Not too much. But you could also add some freshly cut parsley. And we'll get that all combined. And now we've gone from what would have been quite a wet consistency to quite a dry one. You could also add tomato puree or tomato ketchup to this if you want to. I'm just going to take some out and I'm going to pat it. I'm going to make it into a ball. I want to see the consistency that we've got. Then we can press it and make it into the shape that we want. Something like that, and about that thickness is perfect. And at that, they're ready to cook. So again, making those shapes, pressing them to the thickness that I want, and then I just round off those edges. If your consistency starts to stick to your hands, just put a little oil on your hand while you're making them. So we'll get some olive oil in this pan. And you want to cook these on a low medium heat. So we'll start adding those in. So very slowly cooking these. As you're cooking these, make sure you can still move them We don't want them sticking to the bottom of the pan. But don't try and turn them too soon either, otherwise they could break up. So just give them a little bit of time. I've just carefully turned one and it's got a nice little bit of browning on one side, but it's not quite there. So I'm going to leave these a little bit longer. So now I'm carefully just flipping these. I don't want to break them up, but we need them cooked evenly, both sides. And you can see we've got some really nice browning. And as you turn them, the tops are going to be really soft still. So you can just reshape them as you go. So we'll let those sit now for a couple of minutes more on that side. Just so everything is nicely browned and it holds itself together. Meanwhile, I've still got a bit of this mixture left, so I'll make up a couple of others to do when these are finished. They're now at just the right colour that I want, and they've got a nice bit of crunch to them. So, I say they're done. We'll get some fresh ones in.